I feel like network executives should hire him as an anti-think tank. Be like, all right, what TV show ideas do you have so we never do them?
Okay, it's called Hitler's Bath Time. All right, cool. Another thing we won't do. Cool, yeah. How does my shit taste? Where I buy shit in a bucket and we get a bunch of congresswomen together. They eat my shit and we say on a level from shit to shitty shit, how bad does my shit taste?
It's called Scream Library, okay? And we sit in a library.
You were literally
I know, I'm pitching the idea.
You are changing Silent Library.
Yes.
You just flipped, you looked at me, you thought of what horrible television shows has Henry been on. Yeah. And then you decided to repitch
Would that be the worst? Is that the lowest Hollywood moment of your life?
Yes, I've told this story before, but literally it was because I saw a Craigslist ad that said TV show was looking for men with hairy belly and back. And I sent a bunch of pictures of my body.
The time of your life you thought you were dying.
You had cancer. I thought I had cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that detail.
That was when Holden and I were working in an office together.
Yeah, but he also had a night job. And so he was just working. I had
3 jobs. I had a morning job, an afternoon job, and a night job. And we were doing comedy. And then I would do I paid all the whatever money I had. I'd pull it together and I'd get a pint of Canadian Mist, and that's how I'd go to sleep every night. That's what I'd eat.
Yeah.
I'd eat like 2 boxes of pasta, and then I drink my fucking pint of Canadian Mist and go to sleep.
And he thought he was dying, and he didn't attribute that at all to
my diet, my lifestyle, no sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, I just sent those pictures to a man.
Yeah.
I just took pictures of me.
Yeah.
No clothes on, just to this man. And then I went to a studio, and then I remember the woman was outfitting me with the sausage suspenders that they had to eat off me, the band that was there, the weird Screamo band that was the contestants there. Do
you remember the band?
No, they were horrible. A bunch of shithead little fuck faces, right? And then all of a sudden, I remember the woman who was putting the costumes on me, and she's like, I also do some of the costumes from Saturday Night Live. You'd really be surprised where people can go in their careers. And I was sitting there and been like,
okay, but also, side note, I'm jealous. He's got a TV
He was
credit
jealous.
Oh, yeah. No. I this is all just and little did you know those pictures you were sending in were to a man at MTV.
Oh, yeah. I know. That's the thing. I feel like if it was the other way around, he would have made a lot more money.
Oh, yeah. If it was just fucking Butthole Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been incredible.
But at the time, Holden, you were quite svelte. Me and you were, at the time, we were the exact same size.
I cannot believe I have body dysmorphia. I did not. Until I look at pictures now, I'm like, oh, I wasn't fat then.
No.
I'm fat now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I look at that guy and I'm like, what was I thinking? Because I had the mindset of a not get laid man, right? But I think
you're a father now and a husband. You're out of that game.
Oh, of course, long gone now. But I'm just saying, I learned so many women had crushes on me. Years later,
they were all wrong. Every one of them was incorrect.
Beautiful women, beautiful minds.
Look at me right now.
Yeah.
When we first met, we were the exact same size.
Yep, thrown
Why
away.
you can't shame him. We did bring him on here to attack him, obviously, but now you're just shaming his body.
No, this is good. I need this. It's a motivation.
Be scoured.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start working hard soon.
Love that. Love a promise. Nothing like an IOU to yourself, because you're like, that's as good as being done.
Well, did I tell you this? I was changing Winnie, and she pointed at Lexi, and she was like, Mama Booby, because, and then she pointed at me, and she said, Dad Booby. Dad Booby.
Yeah.
I had my shirt off at that time. It was a rare shirtless occasion. And then Lexi literally, I've never seen her happier in my entire life. She fully doubled over like it was like in a cartoon.
Hard as she's laughed with you.
So hard. And then when he points at my tummy, she goes, Dad belly. And Lexi I've never seen her more beside herself with pleasure.
Hey, man. It's what you deserve. It's what you deserve, because now that child is just a mirror looking back at you.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, you want to stay in crime?
Yeah, let's do another crime.
Let's stay in crime. Let's go down to Florida for our next story.
This is old-fashioned.
No.
This is old-fashioned crime. This is a guy just seeing that there was a market, and he's trying to fulfill that market.
And it's an interesting market because this man is being arrested for dealing drugs, but he's being arrested for dealing drugs in the villages.
Wow. Now, do you ever spend any time at the villages in Florida?
Oh, are we talking about the weird Disney World?
No, that's I forget what the hell
The Village
it's
is
called.
the giant retirement.
Yeah,
community.
Celebration Florida.
I
is
saw a documentary about the Villages.
Yes, and they are obviously it's a very large retirement, like guess you say environment.
Yeah.
In the middle of Florida, and they are. Man, they're fucking, dude.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're fucking.
Dude, there was this one, in that documentary, there was this one guy that didn't have a place at the Villages. He was living out of his car, just trying to meet other old women to get in. And you watch him, he's like, I got in over there, that building over there. He's like just shacked up with this old lady, just banging her out so he can get a free roof over his head.
Proud of him.
And indeed, this story is all about banging it out. A guy named Reginald Odell Kinzer, he's 77, has been arrested for trying to sell a whole bunch of erectile dysfunction pills.
Look at the smile on this man's face for his mugshot. That's a $10,000 smile.
That's not his mugshot. That's his Villages yearbook photo.
It doesn't matter, man. He is happy as a goddamn erect clam.
I feel, and maybe I'm insane for asking this, what is illegal about selling these pills?
It's because he got them. How is this a crime? It's he got it from a doctor that he wasn't supposed to. They're bootleg.
Yeah.
So he went and got it, but it's like, because what it is, they're just not prescriptive. What's the term?
They are prescription, but he's getting them without the prescription, and he's just doling them out. Because, say, if you're an old man and you have and your doctor's not going to give you the boner pill,
they won't give you.
You don't even have a penis. You just have a set of balls, and your balls get really weird and hard.
And then what's nice about that is then you can use your balls like they were a dick, and then you could put it inside the vagina, or in the beehole, right? Because then you get something in there.
Ball fucking Henry. Look who you're talking to.
I know, it's how Winnie was made.
No, these drugs, they have such strange names. Snovitra, Valitra,
Sure.
Synforce 100.
Whoa, I don't need Synforce 100. I feel like that's gonna make you do other shit as well.
I like this. This one's fun. Vitalista.
Oh, Italian.
I remember the bodega across from me in New York, in Brooklyn. Every time I'd go in, literally every time I'd go in to get beer or whatever it was, the guy at the counter, he'd point, and Samurai X. He pointed to Samurai X. Was
Samurai
the name
X.
of it.
Was Samurai X the one that had Ryu fucking Chun-Li? Except all you would see was Ryu's weird ass. They chewed that. They showed the fucking angle from the porno that everyone hates.
Yeah, the between the balls.
Yeah, the between the balls, and yet that was on the cover.
Yeah, and I'm always like, no Samurai X for me.
I am doing fine,
I'm
sir.
hilariously not getting laid at this point in my life.
You know what's funny? I never once in my 16 years in New York, never once did a man offer me Samurai X.
It was his running joke.
Okay.
For me. Running joke for me. And I was like, and Samurai X was the same guy every time. I'm like, all right. I'm just trying to have my 40 of Bud Light or whatever.
My question is, have you ever done those? Have you ever taken any of the horny goat weed or any of that stuff?
I heard such horrible things because it was either you or Eddie who took some.
I won't name names.
It was Eddie. It was Eddie. Yeah, it was definitely
That's
Ed.
it. No, but he said the problem was that he's like, you're frighteningly hard.
Yeah.
You're also frightened because it's an upper, so your heart's going real hard.
Yes.
It's just it's very, very scary.
Yeah, and I think he took it out of curiosity, and I would not put anything in my body that I bought from the back of the bodega.
I'm not an upper guy, first of all.
I love uppers.
Second of all, I read I think it was a Reddit post where this guy went into full detail about he took too much or whatever, and he had to go to the hospital, and they had to take this giant, comically large needle and shove it into his cock.
It's
and
very
drain
bad.
all the blood out of his penis.
Oh.
Yeah. And he was it was painfully, viscerally, awfully hard.
Yeah.
And to the point where he's like, I have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
No, when would you ever take yourself to the hospital for an erection unless it was that bad? And it just the description. I mean,
because it can destroy the material inside of your penis.
The spongy material.
Yeah.
I'd imagine how it works is that it just it activates something in your brain that sends blood directly to your dick.
Just filled to the very brim of it, and then it's just the very top of its allowance for any form of pressure.
Yeah, and I don't think any of that stuff they sold in bodegas was like regulated or like that's like it's on the level of like the spice. Like remember the spice heads we used to always have to deal with?
Yeah.
Spice, yeah, and that's sad. When he'd take it, it would make his toes itchy.
Yeah, that was different. I think that was just because he was like on his hands.
Right.
And his feet were like towards the ceiling and cobwebs.
The only way for his penis to sit properly was he had to do a full handstand.